Joe Rogan has had it with this bullshit in the Epstein files, and he's finally figured out that Trump's been lying the whole time. What else is he going to figure out that Trump's lying about? I don't know, but on the latest episode of Joe Rogan, he's got some dude on there, I don't even know his name, but they're talking about the Epstein files, but he sounds much more suspicious than he used to be. Guys, thanks again for watching The Spin Cycle. I appreciate everybody's been watching. Channel's been picking up subscribers. If you like my stuff, please subscribe, like, comment, and the best thing you can do is share this with one of your friends. Share this video. I just got memberships too. If you want to help out the channel, sign up for a membership. That would be great. Of course, nobody has to, but it's easy to subscribe and it's free. So thanks, guys. My last video coming out tonight about Tim Dillon. Also, he's another manosphere guy who's also, you know, feeling the pinch, or I don't know why these guys, maybe it's hurting their pocket, or maybe they're just morally feeling like they voted for this guy who's locking up kids in Chicago, raiding apartment complex with Black Hawk helicopters, not really doing anything for the economy, which is what most people voted for Trump for. And the biggest thing is the Epstein files. Trump, not only Trump, but Kash Patel, Pam Bondi, they all said, we're going to show the Epstein files, everything's going to be out in the open, we're going to be the most transparent government ever. Well, they're the least transparent government ever. So Rogan, who is not an idiot, is starting to see that maybe he got played. He's not saying it outright, because that's pretty embarrassing for a man in his 50s to say he got played by a known hustler who has played everybody since the 80s. But, you know, I think Rogan probably had ulterior motives, like his $100 million a year podcast, you know, making that money, those greenbacks, making those dollars, making it rain. But anyway, let's check out what this guy on there had to say. I don't even know the guy's name, but it's pretty interesting. And I came across this last night in the middle of the night when I was trying to sleep. So
why don't they release that fucking list, huh? I don't mean to divert this to the Epstein list. I just meant to ask you, isn't it weird?
It's a little odd.
What's going on? I keep thinking, what could be in that list? What's in there? What bit of information is in there?
Well, here's the thing. Like the list is, it's probably, they probably don't have like a list in terms of like, you have to sign up when you go to the island. You know what I mean? Like, but they know the flight logs.
Right.
Like, that's all public knowledge, right? Isn't it?
Trump is in the list. That's why they're hiding it. Trump's photos and videos of him, you know, being a pedophile or whatever he was doing. And I'm sure, I think Melania is probably in there too. She did date Jeffrey Epstein, and Epstein introduced her to Trump, so it's going to be embarrassing for the whole family.
All I know...
But it hasn't always been public knowledge in terms of like when people want to investigate things. Like if you go on a plane, say if you fly on a private plane, which most of these guys do, you tell everyone knows who's on the plane. Like you have to give your ID. It happens all the time.
Yeah.
Like I have to give my ID all the time even if you're on a private jet. So they know who's on the planes. They know. Like there should be a flight manifest, and like, they probably save those. And like that, the fact that, and no one's saying that just because you went there, you didn't do it doesn't mean you necessarily did a heinous crime, because I think you can't just have it chaos over there. I bet it was a real good honeypot where there's a lot of sophisticated intellectual discourse. You got a lot of brilliant people there. You've got great music, you know. You got like famous people are hanging around too. It seems really cool. And then, if there's blackmail, the blackmail is like snuck into all this.
Yeah.
Snuck in, come to the room with the cameras. And next thing you know, you're doing cocaine. Oh, I can't believe I'm doing this. But, you know, you never get to an island.
Yeah.
You don't get to do this very often. I mean, I'm so busy with my CEO job.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, man.
And then next thing you know, you're donating money to whatever the fuck they tell you to.
But it's like, how many senators just voted against releasing this shit, man? It's just it's like there's two votes that are happening. The UFO disclosure thing, they keep voting against that.
Yeah.
And the Epstein list, they keep voting against that.
Right.
What? And also politically, it can't serve you to talk about a bad list. The list of people who said let's protect people who like have done horrific shit to kids. You don't want to be on that list, but whatever's on that list must be so destabilizing. 51 to 49.
Okay, the Senate voted 51 to 49 to defeat an amendment that would have forced the Department of Justice to release all files related to Jeffrey Epstein. The vote was largely along party lines, with 2 Republicans joining all Democrats in supporting the amendment.
Oh, wait, not both sides. It was the Republicans voting against this shit.
It says 2 Republicans joining the Democrats in supporting the amendment to defeat it. So why are the Democrats interested in defeating it?
Well, let's ask. No, I think this is saying that the Democrats want it to come out, and
Joe
the Republicans
goes right to
don't.
his right-wing
party
bona
line.
fides.
Let's ask Perplexity. Why won't they release the
and
Epstein?
blames the Democrats for trying to defeat it against the Republicans.
I read it wrong. I read it wrong. No, okay, so the Democrats were not. The Democrats were pushing this. The Republicans fought against it. Okay, I fucked that up. So 51 to 49 is crazy. So they just voted along party lines. So they're probably told to do this.
Right. So what the fuck's in there, man?
Well, so then they've been, not only is the government shut down right now, I think that might affect it some, but they're in recess, Congress is. And so Eric Swalwell said this stuff today.
So who does Joe think told them to vote against this? Their dear Lord and leader? Their orange wig-wearing freak show of a leader? Yeah, I think so.
Again, it might not be true, but...
It's coming to an end, guys. I've spoken to a lot of House Republicans this week, and they confided that Trump's movement support is fading. As one told me, this Epstein bomb is about to drop, and no one wants to defend a pedo protector. It's just a matter of time, Swalwell said in a thread. One Republican just texted me that if there's a discharge vote on Epstein, they expect a jailbreak of over 100 members. Trump will go nuts, he added.
So they said, this further goes on to say that if they get back, that this is the first thing on the docket, and that's sort of what's holding them back in recess right here.
Wow. We are watching wild history in real time.
Dude.
This is a wild scene.
Oh, my God, dude. You don't want to,
Dude, we voted for this, dude. Holy shit, we voted for the pedophiles when they told us the Democrats were the pedophiles. They're the pedophiles, dude. Oh, man. I thought I was smart.
Dude, what the fuck? What did he say it was like?
He said he had a girl on his lap while they talked. The girl was like 21 years old. And I think he said she was Asian, I don't remember. But he said she was really beautiful. And she was sitting on his lap, and he was bouncing her up and down while they were talking. So they're talking about finance, and her boobs are juggling. So he goes, she wasn't underage or anything. She was a woman, but she was sitting on his lap, and he was bouncing her around, and her boobs were bouncing in his face while they're trying to concentrate on whatever the fuck they're talking
Some
about.
David Lynch shit right there, man. That's some David Lynch shit.
Yeah.
Just jiggling boobs in front of you, like, wow. That is so fucked up.
And Eric said, like, right away, his vibe was that this guy was a construct. Because Eric is all like,
what do you mean
daggers.
construct? What do you mean construct?
Like a fucking agent. I think the problem is a lot of those guys wanted him to be real because what fun. What fun. You get to hang out with Jeffrey Epstein. Everybody thinks it was kids, and there probably was a lot of that because
Definitely.
I don't know what the actual accusations have been because the wildest thing about the Ghislaine trial is like she went to jail for trafficking to who knows who. The fact that you could just put her in jail and who'd you traffic to? Like none of that gets out in the trial at all? That's crazy. And they do it right in front of your face.
That's fucking crazy, dude.
So you don't know we hear it was underage girls. We know that some of them were underage for sure. And then we also know that some of them were not underage. They were young women. And you know, they all have, like, one of them wound up dying recently. One of them that's been a whistleblower died.
Yeah.
Like, you imagine you're a young girl and you're fucking broke, and then you meet that guy and he invites you to go on a fucking island somewhere or party somewhere.
She committed
and you're hanging
suicide.
out with all
Her
these
name was
creeps.
Dufresne.
And then years later, when all it starts coming out, what happened, you go public and you don't have any money. You don't have any money. And you got these fucking billionaire sharks who want to take you out
Yeah.
because you sucked their dick
Yeah.
30 years ago or whatever
Fuck.
it was. Yeah. That's got to be terrifying. Lawmaker claimed the files included one Hollywood producer worth a few $100 million, one royal prince, one high-profile individual in the music industry, one very prominent banker, one high-profile government official, one high-profile former politician, one owner of a car company in Italy, one rock star, one magician, at least 6 billionaires, including a billionaire from Canada. We know these people exist in the FBI files, the files that you control.
Fuck.
Whoa.
Fuck. If all of us realize that we have been funding and voting for vampires, sex vampires, essentially, I think it's safe to say, and it's not even conspiratorial, the current system of how we elect our leaders is based on money. You need donors, right?
100%.
So that is a kind of legal bribery. You give enough money to this politician or that politician, and it's not like you own them, but they know you gave them all this money, and they know they want to run again. They also know that you've got your own constituents, and you have a lot of control, network of bots.
Okay, and that's true. Citizens United and unlimited donations to campaign, unlimited campaign donations contribute to all that. But guess which party you guys voted for put that into law? The Roberts Court. The current Supreme Court passed the Citizens United law in 2010, where money was speech, and corporations and individual donors could give unlimited money to PACs that support. PACs are just a workaround to give politicians money, basically, and that led right to Trump. And that also led to you idiots voting for Trump because you don't understand politics, but you have a huge platform to talk about politics and influence people, and influence young men especially who also don't know anything about politics. Okay, guys, I'm going to end it there. But Rogan, the Manosphere, Tim Dillon, all those guys are starting to realize that they voted for the party that is protecting the pedophiles, not the party that's going to put the pedophiles in jail. Thanks for watching the Spin Cycle again, guys. Subscribe, like, comment, and share. See you later.